All right, so I went and did something kind of silly. I bought a car. I know it's strange for us car guys to go and do that sort of thing, but I did. This here is a 1973 Buick Riviera. I bought it from a guy in Grand Rapids. Too many projects, need to get rid of it. Same old story, couldn't get to it. She's rough. I won't say how much I paid for it, but I paid under $1,000 for it. I liked it because I kind of like these boat tails anyways. They're kind of cool cars. It's got the 455 automatic. It runs great as far as the engine goes. It doesn't stop so good, and we'll see why here in a little minute. But it's a complete car. He gave me all the parts and stuff he had for it. The interior's all there. Well, we'll also see that too. It's not all there, but it's here. And yeah, so I just, for some stupid reason, I figured I needed another project. When we have some spare time here in October to do some work. And I guess I didn't want to work on my other cars I have already for some reason, whatever. And you'll notice that one of the rallies is missing. He actually just texted me today and told me he found it. So I will get all 4 of the Buick rallies back on this car. Yeah, so it's got the 455 automatic in it. She's rough a little bit, but what I really like about this is that the chrome seems to be in pretty good shape. So the bumper, bumper's here, it's not rotted out. This little bit of this rubber stuff is, yeah, that's easy to fix. But heck, this is going to polish up and look probably really nice. It's not rotted, no rust holes in there. Now there is some rust in the body. You'll see, we got some of this going on. From what I've seen of these cars, pretty typical stuff. It's going to have some rust up underneath this trim here. But again, this trim, I don't know if it's just stainless. I'm guessing it is. In really good shape. Doors are pretty solid, other than that little corner back there. Got some of this rust going on in here. This is all gone through here. I'm not sure how much of this I'm going to repair. Honestly, I think I'm just going to drive the car because it's fun to drive. I got some of this going on in here. Actually, that's not too bad. Some of the inner stuff is missing there, but that's not too bad. Got some stuff going on there. But the fun part, this is the fun part, and you guys are going to like this. I love these door handles, by the way, these little pull door handles. She's a little rough in the floor. Yeah. So I was a little shocked, to be honest with you, when I got there and saw there was absolutely no floor in this car. And when I say no floor, I mean there was no floor in this car. The trans tunnel's there a little bit. I mean, maybe enough to weld to, maybe. I don't even know that. So I'm going to do some fabricating, doing some work in here. Like I said, the interior is complete. It just wasn't in the car, it's in the garage. But like things like these door panels and stuff, it's got the wood grain. It's all here. It looks in really good shape. I mean, not now, it's kind of dirty, but that's going to polish up pretty nice. There are no cracks in the dash, which I was surprised to see. It's dirty right now, of course, but this is all going to clean up pretty nice. I mean, these are kind of cool. I like these kind of cool dashboards where they kind of curve in and curve back out again. Odometer says, what, 32,494. I'm guessing it's 134, obviously, because of the rust. Now, the other things I look at for these cars, see how old things are. I've learned this from other people saying the same thing. You kind of look at the door panels. There's really not that much wear in the door panel or on the handles, really. And the pedals are pretty decent looking. So maybe 136. I just can't imagine this much rust being in a car. It's only got 36. So yeah, I'm sure it's 136. You got a little bit of this rust going on with the sill plates and stuff. But yeah, so we got some work to do in here. First things first, though, let's pop the hood and get underneath see what's going on there. Like I got this inside, it's not too bad looking. There's a little bit of this rust going on here, a little bit of this. The door inners are gone, but the outers are still there. So this can be pretty easily restored for somebody with some fabrication skills better than mine. I'm not gonna do it probably, so I'm gonna clean it up and at least get it on the road. All right, so getting underneath the hood here, and I love these too. I'm pretty sure these are blinkers, so you can see when you're driving the blinkers on or not. I'm weird about little goofy stuff like that. All the badges are on it like they're supposed to be. There's the R there. Got the Riviera there on this one. The body in this side looks this side looks a little bit worse. Got the rust kind of a little bit more of a collapse here. So there's a little bit more. There's a decent sized dent here that can probably be pounded out pretty easy. Yeah, I think what's happening is that these pieces of stainless steel are just catching crud and kind of rotting them from the outside in inside there. Same thing from here. The inners are a little rough, but I don't think this is too bad. And the frame is absolutely solid. So we can see the frame pretty easy because it's up on the trailer. The frame. Oh, and because you can see through the floor in the cab there too. But the frame is rock solid. There's no. I mean, it's got typical surface rust, but there's no holes. There's no soft spots. There's no nothing. The frame is absolutely rock solid. So another reason I bought the car. I'm pretty sure that's an original wheel on that rim. But anyways, all right, getting under the hood. I like how the hood springs right up like it's supposed to. 455. Now, at first glance, you're like, oh yeah, it's 455 is there. I've already did some checking online to make sure that it probably was. I'm told that the 3 ribs on the valve covers is an indication of 455. I did look back there. You probably can't see right now in the dark. It's kind of light. Anyways, I checked back there. There's a 455 stamped in the back. All looks original. Got the smog pump, so it looks original to me. Now, a keen eye would see that there are 2 coils, because when he changed the coil, he just freaking laid it there, and the other one's still sitting bolted up. So quadra junk is still there. I pulled some of these vacuum lines off just to kind of see if I can see some numbers, because I want to make sure it was a 455, which I pretty much have confirmed that it is. Most likely the original. Now the serial number is also stamped back there behind on the block in front of the bell housing. I'll clean that off just to double check, but I have no reason to believe that anyone would have taken the time to replace this engine with another engine exactly the same. And actually I had everything bolted up properly. It does have AC too, by the way, which is kind of cool. Now, keen eye would see, well, what are these things right here? These things right here are brake lines. Now, I'm not going to make fun of the guy who did this because he had a lot going on. I'm guessing he just kind of threw them in to try to make them work. He put new calipers and new pads on this thing and new rotors on the front for some reason, which he's had front wheel discs, which I was surprised to see that as well. So I think he just threw these in here to get them to work, go down the road, be able to park it in the yard kind of thing. So yeah, I got a little work to do with the brakes. That's actually my first job. My first job is make this thing stop. Because it runs, I'd start it up and bark it off for you, but the fuel, there's a little bit of a fuel issue when it goes into drive. And I'm nervous about starting cars up and putting them in the drive when there's no brakes. So first things first, get the brakes fixed. I mean, he just cut things and pinched them off, and yeah, so there's all kinds of things going on here. Now I'm kind of glad he left the original brake lines here, so at least I can see how they're supposed to be routed, and I'll do the best I can to reroute them properly. So, all right, well, there you go. There's my new project. Oh, some rust up here too. That needs some attention, but we'll see. But yeah, this is my new project. Post some more videos as I start getting some work done, guys. Thanks. Oh, one other thing too I thought I'd add on to is I did find the body trim tag here, so I need to decode this to see exactly what color this is supposed to be. It looks like a kind of a butterscotchy to me, but I'll look that up and see what that is. So if you guys know, you can go ahead and just put that down in the comments or something, because like I said, butterscotch is what I'm seeing. I looked at the color codes online, and there's a couple colors that this could be, I think, but they're not. But I will go up there and look at this a little closer, because this is pretty bad. So I don't know what the guy was thinking. He's just filling these holes full of foam, maybe just keeping it from leaking while it's out in his yard, because that's where I found it was out in the yard. She's pretty rusty. I'm not going to cut this off and try to redo this. I think I'm just going to try to neutralize and maybe do the cover back on it again. I think I looked at the vinyl that goes on these things, and they're like $200. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that, but we'll see. All the trim's still here, so I mean, I could do it. I could just put it back on this. Most of the pinstriping is still on here. I'm guessing that was stock. It looks like it is to me. I kind of like the patina on this car, to be honest with you. Going back to the body of it, which I didn't really I didn't record the back of it very well. It's got a good Corvette look in the back. Now these are the ones without the louvers in the rear deck. That's a different year, I think 71 maybe. Oh, and what I thought was kind of cool too, yeah, I won't show you the trunk. It's like the cab. There's no trunk floor, but there's no lock either, and I have to get the screwdriver out and whatever. I thought it was kind of cool is that if you look real close here, that says Blaine Buick. I bet you that's the original sticker when this car was first sold. And the reason I thought that was cool is because my mother, who's now deceased, worked at Blaine Buick when I was a kid. I think she was an accountant there. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. But again, going back to the chrome and the bumpers here, I mean, these things are absolutely rock solid. There's not, you can wash all this off. There's nothing bubbling. There's nothing cracking. I mean, it's very easily polished back to just looking great. So that's the part that's what kind of sold me in the car. The fact that it runs, the fact that the chrome and steel looks good on it. It's kind of got a decent patina on it, to be honest with you. I'm going to get the 4th rally wheels. So it's got all the rally wheels. So I think what I'm going to do is just get this car running, get it roadworthy. Might do the floors. Well, I have to do the floors. I can't sit in it. So I'll do the floors, get her running, and then maybe play with it for a little bit, and then probably just flip her, probably just sell her, sell her for my time and my efforts, and just have fun playing with the car. But I don't like the front grills of these as much as I like the other years, but I love the body lines of these things. Yeah, they just look good. It's just a good looking car. It sits really well right now, even though it's on the trailer. The stance is still real good on it. I mean, I haven't gotten underneath to see if anybody's messed with it or not yet, but I don't think they have. It's just a sleek, cool looking car, man, and it's loaded. All the windows work. The fan works. The lights all work. The dome lights, the blinkers, everything works in the thing that I can see. I haven't checked the radio yet because I think all the speakers are ripped out. But here's a little closer look at the passenger side stuff. Again, there's like the only real tear in the upholstery is this little tear under here. And who cares about that? That's nothing. So yeah, I should be able to clean this up and make it look pretty nice. Now I did have a kind of question. Maybe some of you guys can answer it for me. These look like they're green. Now they're just green because maybe the color faded off it, like it's supposed to be this brown like everything else is, and then it's just faded in here and turned to green. Was it supposed to be green on brown? It looks kind of funky. Did someone replace those and put green ones in? I mean, well, actually, like here you can kind of see it looks like maybe the brown just faded off and the green was like this plastic underneath. I don't know. It's kind of funky looking, but yeah, it's kind of a closer look at the door jambs. Those all look real solid. This door is okay. Yeah, actually, the inner door is going a little bit on these. Oh yeah, got some holes there. So yeah, there's a little bit of problems with the doors, but again, if it's something you want to drive and just have fun with, I don't see the problem with it. The seats are in the back seat of my truck. You know what? I'll hit one of those up real quick too, and a video of those, and just to kind of give you the complete picture. But headliner's good. Like half the headliner's good, right? Keep the half of it. Let's get rid of the rest of it. No, probably not. But yeah, here's a better look at the floors, though. I mean, they are gone, absolutely empty. And now I'm thinking about it. I looked online for floor pans. You can get all 4 floor pans, but I bet you they don't sell that rear seat pan. That's going to be an issue. And where the body mounts bolt up in the trunk are pretty bad. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, right here probably is a good spot to bolt down. These are all the wiring harnesses that probably ran along this road. Now the inner fenders are really good, are real solid, so that's not a problem. It's just like you can almost see where the floor, the factory welds here were the floor was bad, but the frame is still good, kind of thing. So I'll dig into it some more. Oh, a little cup holder there. That's nice. A little place to stick your stuff. A little stash place there. Glove box is always fun to look at, but I think this is empty. Yeah, really old flashlight. Oh, got an extension. Oh, that's nice. Got a little extension. You know what? I mean, look at that. Look at the. Haven't looked at the ashtray yet. Let's take a look at that. Whoa. Or not. Is that an ashtray? Am I wrong about that? Let me just stand on the deck of the trailer while being inside the car. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's been smoking. Oh, got a little knob for something. Oh, that goes. Yeah. Oh, right there. Antenna goes up. You know, I didn't try the antenna. I didn't see if the antenna works or not. There you go. See, I fixed something already. Feel accomplished. Well, I don't know. Maybe she'll fire off with no gas in it. Oh, I disconnected the battery. Yeah, we'll do that later. But yeah, again, the dash is like I'm just shocked. There's no cracks in the dash even. I mean, the dash looks in really good shape. Ooh, a nickel. All right, let's see what they use. 1973 nickel. What are the chances? What are the chances? All right, onto the seats. All right, so I'm just going to do a kind of a quick thing about the seats. They're here. Cut these little tears and rips them, so it's kind of fragile. But this is the color. They got a little bit of a scent to them. They're just sitting in the back of my truck right now, but they're there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these yet. They seem like they're in decent shape. You still got this kind of like this stuff going on. So maybe I'll throw some seat covers. Like, put them back in. I'll throw some seat covers on. So my intention is just to sell this car eventually, probably. So I'm probably just going to let the next guy decide if they want to redo it. I mean, it's kind of cool, kind of a cool design. It's not something I'm going to be able to reduplicate without spending a crap ton of money on doing it. So maybe I'm just going to throw them in there and roll with it a little bit. But yeah, it's got a split bench front seat, looks like, and then yeah, the driver's seat's still in the car, of course, and then that's the back seat. So it's a little tore up, but it's not in bad shape. I mean, like the rear seat, I mean, I could probably use that. It doesn't feel like it's gonna rip when my kids sit in it or anything. So they're probably usable. I'll probably just throw those back in there once I get the floor situation figured out. But there you go. That's the whole car, my '73 Buick.